Candace Parker, one of the most respected, decorated, and iconic players in WNBA history, just went off on live television. And the target of her fiery words? The league itself. That's right. Parker called out what fans have been screaming about for months: the WNBA's anti-Caitlin Clark agenda. From unfair officiating, to veterans targeting her with unnecessary fouls, to the league refusing to properly market the rookie who's single-handedly saving attendance and ratings. Parker had enough, and she absolutely obliterated the narrative. Social media is on fire. Fans are praising Parker for defending Clark. Others are shocked that a legend risked her reputation to say what needed to be said. So, what exactly did Candace Parker say? Why does the WNBA seem so hesitant to embrace Caitlin Clark? And what does this mean for the league's future? Tonight, we break it all down. This is bigger than just one player. This is about power, politics, and the fight to protect the brightest star the WNBA has ever seen. The Caitlin Clark effect. From the moment she entered the league, Caitlin Clark changed everything. Ticket sales? Through the roof. TV ratings? Historic highs. Merch sales? Off the charts. Kids showing up in Clark jerseys, sometimes outnumbering fans wearing entire franchises' colors. Clark didn't just join the WNBA, she supercharged it. Parker's legendary status. Candace Parker isn't just another commentator. She's a two-time WNBA champion, two-time MVP, six-time All-Star, a Finals MVP, an Olympic gold medalist, and perhaps the most respected voice in women's basketball today. When Parker speaks, people listen. Players respect her. Coaches respect her. The league office knows her voice carries weight. So when she sat down and addressed the so-called Caitlin Clark problem, it wasn't just another hot take. It was a wake-up call. The anti-Clark agenda. Let's be honest. Fans have been calling it out for months. From the moment Caitlin Clark entered the league, she's faced relentless targeting. Elbows, hard fouls, trash talk that goes beyond the game. And instead of stepping in, referees often swallow their whistles. Commentators sometimes downplay the treatment, saying, "She needs to toughen up." Meanwhile, stars like Angel Reese or Diana Taurasi publicly shade her success. The result? A league that looks more interested in humbling its rookie phenom than promoting her. Candace Parker's words go viral. When Parker unleashed her thoughts on Clark, the reaction was immediate. Clips of her comments went viral across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Fans cheered, saying, "Finally, someone with credibility spoke the truth." One fan tweeted, "Candace Parker said what we've all been screaming: protect Caitlin Clark or lose fans forever." Another wrote, "The WNBA tried to silence Clark's impact, but Candace just amplified it." Even sports outlets picked it up. Headlines read, "Candace Parker defends Caitlin Clark against league bias." It was bigger than just commentary. Parker's defense legitimized what many felt, that Clark's unfair treatment wasn't paranoia, it was reality. The marketing disaster. Here's the crazy part. The WNBA is booming right now, and it's almost entirely because of Caitlin Clark. TV networks are setting records when she plays. Ticket prices spike when her team visits. Kids who've never watched women's basketball before suddenly care. And yet, the league has been slow to fully embrace her as the face of the WNBA. Instead of building campaigns around Clark, they've spread the spotlight thin. Instead of highlighting her story, they've often seemed hesitant, as if worried about offending veteran players. Candace Parker called this out. She said if the league fails to market its most bankable star, it's sabotaging its own success. Jealousy within the league. Parker didn't say it outright, but fans knew what she meant. Jealousy is real. Veterans see Clark's fame, endorsements, and fan support. Many worked years for a fraction of her spotlight. To them, it feels unfair. But Parker flipped the script. She reminded everyone that Clark's success lifts the entire league. Her popularity doesn't erase veterans' legacies. It amplifies them by drawing more eyes to the WNBA. Yet the on-court hostility speaks volumes. Clark is targeted with fouls, mocked by opponents, and often left without the protection stars usually get. Protecting the investment. Candace Parker also stressed something critical. Caitlin Clark is more than a player. She's an investment. Right now, she's generating millions in revenue for teams, broadcasters, and sponsors. But if the league allows her to be injured, bullied, or alienated, that investment evaporates overnight. Superstars in other sports always get protected. Tom Brady in the NFL? Refs changed rules to keep him safe. LeBron James gets calls regular players don't. Serena Williams? Tennis bent over backwards to showcase her greatness. The WNBA? Still letting Clark get hacked with no whistle. Fan reactions, justice for Caitlin. After Parker's comments, the fan response was overwhelming. Hashtag Justice for Caitlin started trending, with thousands of fans demanding the league step up. Clips of Clark being fouled hard without calls resurfaced online, sparking fresh outrage. Parents of young girls posted TikToks saying they don't want their kids watching a league that punishes its brightest star. Others praised Parker for her bravery. One fan wrote, "Candace Parker just did more for the WNBA in one interview than the league office has done all season." The ripple effect. Candace Parker's comments didn't just resonate with fans. They shook the league itself. Insiders reported that coaches, players, and even league officials were suddenly discussing Clark in new ways. Media outlets that once downplayed Clark's treatment now questioned if Parker was right. For the first time, the anti-Clark agenda was more than a fan conspiracy. It was a legitimate talking point in mainstream sports media. Sponsors took notice too. Brands investing in Clark want to protect their investment, and Parker's words amplified their concerns. What comes next? So what happens now? The ball is in the WNBA's court. Candace Parker has made it impossible to ignore Caitlin Clark's impact and the dangers of neglecting her. Fans are watching. Sponsors are watching. The sports world is watching. If the league embraces Clark, protects her, and markets her as the superstar she is, the WNBA could explode into new heights. But if they continue with the so-called anti-Clark agenda, they risk alienating fans, damaging credibility, and losing the momentum Clark created. Candace Parker's words were a warning, but also a blueprint. So here's the bottom line. Candace Parker, a legend, a champion, and one of the greatest to ever play the game, just obliterated the WNBA's handling of Caitlin Clark. She said what needed to be said. The league has an agenda that's holding back its brightest star. And unless things change, they're risking everything Clark has brought to women's basketball. But here's the good news. With Parker's voice leading the way, fans, players, and sponsors are united. The pressure is on the WNBA to protect its star, promote its future, and let Caitlin Clark shine the way she deserves. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about one player. It's about the entire sport. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the WNBA has been unfair to Caitlin Clark? And do you agree with Candace Parker's bold words? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if you stand with Candace and Caitlin, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story is far from over.